The following is an exclusive live sports presentation of the RVA Sports Network. We bid you a pleasant good evening, everyone, live from Mechanicsville, Virginia. It's time to write another chapter in the saga that is Atlee Lee Davis softball. Two teams that have seen each other so many times over the last quarter century plus. But last year, very special circumstances, play twice in the regular season, find each other at the end of the road in the state championship. Atlee getting that 1-0 win. Lee Davis with the first measure of revenge with a 2-0 8-inning win on the road at Atlee back on the 29th of March. And now we find ourselves with the rematch at Lee Davis, a place where Atlee has been very successful in recent years, and they're hoping tonight to keep that going. Savannah Henley in the circle. First pitch of the night is at the knees for strike one to Kelly Ayer. And we are underway here on the game of the week. We are also almost the only game in town tonight. Tons of postponements due to the weather. Next pitch inside, Ayer gets out of the way. We're even at 1-1. Overnight rains pelted all the fields in the area. Some took it more better than others. Some were able to be saved. More fell victim. All the postponements right now up on RVASportsNetwork.com as Ayer takes a 1-1 pitch into left center field for a leadoff single, and the freshman center fielder is on base to get things started. First hit of the night belongs to Kelly Ayer. She is at first, nobody out. That'll bring up Alyssa Bernardini.
Now batting second baseman number 5, Alyssa Bernardini.
Alyssa, the second baseman. And we've seen her play very well defensively at second for these Atlee Raiders this season. Halfway through their regular season with a record of 6-4. A regrouping year for this team that lost so much to graduation a year ago. First pitch from Henley. Tried to bunt it, but it's foul, and the count will be 0-1 as a few sprinkles of rain begin to fall. We had about 15 seconds of sunshine a half hour ago. We have a cell of rain passing just to our south out of downtown Richmond, hoping the bulk of it misses us to the south. But it's starting to pick up in intensity here. Runner at first, nobody out, just underway. Bernardini drags the bunt. Henley's got it, going to go to second. Safe. Ayer, too quick. Taylor, the shortstop, there for the throw. And instead of getting the sure thing at first base, Henley hoped to get the lead runner and does not. So credit Bernardini with the bunt single.
Jordan Durbin.
First and second with nobody out. And that'll bring up Jordan Durbin. After 2 stellar seasons at second base, now the shortstop for these Raiders of Atlee. First pitch. Up the middle. Can Taylor get to it? No. Into center for the base hit. Coming in to score is Ayer. Into third, and now into second is Durbin, and the Raiders strike quick. It's 1-0 Atlee. Durbin with a single advancing on the throw toward home, cut off by Henley, but not in time to get it back to second base. And just like that, the 6-4 Atlee Raiders leading the 7-1 Lee Davis Confederates 1-0.
Now batting the pitcher, number 17, Rachel Davis.
That'll bring up tonight's pitcher for Atlee, Rachel Davis. First pitch to Rachel. In the dirt, gets behind Hawker. Coming home, Bernardini. Throw to the plate, not in time. 2-0 Raiders on the wild pitch from Henley, and Coach Jackie Davis immediately coming out to the mound to calm down her Lee Davis Confederates. It would be the understatement of the year to say that this is the best start for Atlee in a first inning this season, in games where they found themselves shut out by Prince George, shut out by Henley in an 8-inning thriller in their first match, March 29th. Tonight, they came in determined to strike quickly, and they've done just that. Two nothing, top of the first, and there's still nobody out. Conversation concludes. Coach Davis heads back to the home dugout on the third base side here at Lee Davis High School. The light rain continues to fall. We'll have to move our equipment in just a little bit to avoid it. And Davis is ready. The count is 1 and no strikes with Durbin at third, nobody out. That's in there at the letters for strike one. Count is 1 and 1 strike. 2-0 our score. Just underway. Off speed misses high. And Henley down to the count 2-1 now to Davis. What a great start for the Raiders here tonight. Henley's 2-1. Hitter. No, they're going to say it hit the bat. Looked like it went off the hand, but they're going to say off. It says, yep, home plate umpire says hit the bat, so that's a foul ball, and that'll even the count at 2 and 2 strikes. That's an optical illusion sometimes if you're watching. The ump is there, and sometimes the only 3 people who know exactly what happened are the hitter, the catcher, and the umpire. From here, it could have easily been called an HBP. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Foul. Back behind the Atlee faithful to our right and out of play, and will remain at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner at third, and 2 quick runs already in for Atlee. Pitch. High. And we're full at 3-2. Emily Friel, the catcher, is on deck. Lee Davis has only lost so far this season, 7-1 at Prince George on the game of the week, some 11 days ago. And a great pitching performance from Laura Thompson. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Davis goes down first out of the inning. Durbin stays at third. And 1 down for Emily Friel.
Now that's the catcher, number 15, Emily Friel.
So Ayers singles. Sacrifice bunt attempt. Henley decides to try to knock down Ayer at second. The throw was late, and that opened up the floodgates. First pitch. Rip towards short. Taylor will get it, concede the run, throw to first. Friel retired, but she does her job. RBI ground out to short, scores Jordan Durbin, and it is 3-0 Atlee.
Now batting the right fielder, number 6, April Hooper.
And with 2 out here in the first, it'll bring up the right fielder, April Hooper. Friel got the job done. First pitch, inside for ball 1. Taylor, smart move at short. Just get the shore out. Count on your offense to come back. Get that run and then some. We're only in the top of the first. Long way to go. Next pitch, line towards second. Harding is there to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Raiders strike, and strike quickly. 3 runs, 3 hits. No runners left on base. Middle of first here on the game of the week. Atlee 3, Lee Davis coming to bat. Well, tonight, fans, the beginning of a very busy stretch of broadcasts here on the RVA Sports Network Game of the Week. As we're back on the air on Monday and Wednesday of next week. We will begin live at Atlee High School next Monday afternoon to wrap up the month of April. It'll be Glen Allen taking on the Atlee Raiders in baseball action. We'll have it for you Monday night, 6 o'clock Eastern, 1 hour earlier than normal, 6 o'clock start time. Number 8, Glen Allen and Atlee. That is on Monday night at 6, and then Wednesday, a special start time at 5 p.m., as we will be live at Benedictine. It'll be number 6 Hanover and number 2 Benedictine. Should be a fantastic baseball game on Wednesday afternoon. We're live on our YouTube channel at 5 o'clock Eastern on a day where they're saying we could crack 85 degrees. We're back with more softball a week from Monday night, live at Hanover High School, Region 4B battle, the Midlothian Trojans, and Abby White and company coming in to take on Ellen Palia and the Hanover Hawks. That is, I believe, a 6 o'clock game as well on May 7th. And we're working on a couple of more broadcasts before the regular season comes to an end. So, as always, check the broadcast schedule live on the right-hand side of the page at either RVASportsNetwork.com or HanoverCountySports.net. So, Lauren Taylor, the shortstop, and the Longwood commit, junior, coming to the batter's box. And Lee Davis will see if they can get something going early and answer the 3 spot. Atlee puts up top of the first. Davis is ready. First pitch, misses high for ball 1. That bit of rain that we had has missed us majority-wise to the south. Just a couple of sprinkles right now. Davis ready, the 1-0. Foul back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike to Taylor. Defensively, it is Victoria Bernardini at third, Durbin at short, Alyssa Bernardini at second, Kara Hammock is at first. Air patrols center field for Atlee. Kuster is in left. Next pitch fouled out of play behind us, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Taylor. And Davis looking to get out number 1 here this afternoon. The pitch misses outside, so we're even at 2-2. April Hooper manning right field. Emily Friel, of course, behind the plate, and in the circle, it's Rachel Davis. Ready for the 2-2 pitch to Taylor. Pop up. Foul territory. Could go out of play. And will. Just behind the Lee Davis stands to our left. And we'll stay at 2-2 as we see one of our great RVA Sports Network interns, Cameron Taylor, hanging out here tonight watching the action, rooting for his Lee Davis faithful. He part of the Lee Davis Boys Tennis Senior Day festivities. Got a photo gallery of that up right now at Facebook.com/Hanover Sports. Next pitch inside, and we go full on the leadoff hitter, Lauren Taylor, at 3-2. Good day yesterday. Lee Davis beating Glen Allen on their Senior Day. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Taylor went for ball 4 inside, and about halfway through the swing, she knew she shouldn't have done it. And she's retired for the first out of the inning.
Now batting third base with number 15, Haley Wagner.
1 down, bottom of the first here. Lee Davis down 3-0 early, and Haley Wagner to the plate. First pitch to Haley, tap foul back to the Lee Davis sign, and it's 0-1 to Wagner. Rest of the offensive lineup for Lee Davis, record of 7-1. Sydney Guest batting third in right field. Logan Hawker, the cleanup at catcher. Jesse Gentry batting 5th at first base. The DP tonight, Katie Bareford. Then it's the second baseman, Carly Harding. McKenna Melbrick in center field. Next pitch, high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wagner. Madison McLaughlin patrols left defensively for Lee Davis and bats 9th. Henley, the pitcher, is your flex player this evening. Need a courtesy runner. Most likely we'll see Sierra Talley in action. That pitch ripped just past Davis. Running quickly, Bernardini at second. Throw to first. Got her. By a half step. Nice job there by Bernardini. Alyssa Bernardini at second to run up and get that ball that had a really weird spin on it. And there are 2 out here in the first.
Now batting right fielder number 13, Sydney Guest.
So here comes Sydney Guest, the right fielder, the left-handed hitter, and the commit to Coastal Carolina. part of the heart of the offense in this Lee Davis order. First pitch to her, high for ball one. Really, you look at this order and you think, Taylor's good about getting on base and having some speed. Second guessed herself on that strike three swing a couple of moments ago. Next pitch to Guess, ripped right to Davis, and she's able to hang on to it as the glove wraps around her leg. And she doesn't drop the ball. What a fantastic defensive play by Davis. And Lee Davis down in order, bottom one. Our score tonight after one tonight, number 10, Atlee. Number 3, Lee Davis, nothing. Back in a moment here live on the RVA Sports Network Game of the Week. We're back in just a moment. Second inning getting ready to begin. It's an overcast, little chilly Friday evening, last Friday in the month of April. As Henley gets set to face first batter of the inning, and that's Kuster, and she will be hit by the pitch. That one on the arm. And Sydney will head down to first base. Leadoff hitter on the hard way. Hit by pitch to Kuster, and that'll bring up Kara Hammock. In case you're just joining us, first inning for Atlee, lightning quick. Kelly Ayer, quick single to center. Bunt by Alyssa Bernardini to try to advance her to second on the sacrifice, but Henley picked it up, tried to nail Ayer at second, not in time.
First baseman, number 16, Kara Hammock.
And it was first and second with nobody out for Jordan Durbin, who singled up the middle to bring Ayer home. Bunt attempt in the air, and Hawker's able to get it in foul territory for the first out of the inning. Nice defensive play there by Logan Hawker.
Now batting designated player number 10, Margaret Lavender.
So one away for Margaret Lavender. First pitch is a comebacker to the pitcher. This time Henley will get there in time. Throw to first is in time too. That's a double play. 1-6-3. And just like that, the Raiders are retired here in the top of the second inning. The leadoff hit by pitch wiped out by the 1-6-3 double play. And we go middle of 2, 3-0 Atlee. Didn't give us time to finish how things got started top of the first. Durbin with that single scored Ayer. She advanced to second on the throw home. Bernardini went over to third. Wild pitch brought Bernardini home. And then 2 batters later, a grounder by Emily Friel over to Lauren Taylor at short was deep enough to bring home the third run. That was Jordan Durbin. That made it 3-0. Lee Davis down in order, bottom one, so they're looking for their first hit off of Rachel Davis. Davis and Henley had a 0-0 showdown in their first matchup at Atlee on March 29th. Lee Davis was able to break through for 2 in the top of the 8th and hold on to win that first meeting between the two teams this season. Atlee an uncharacteristic 6-4, but they have had a monster early schedule this season. Lee Davis at 7-1, still trying to get to the halfway point of their season, as they're going to end up having to play 18 games in some 36 days because they only got 2 in before spring break.
Logan Hawker.
So Hawker, the cleanup hitter, to the plate. Bottom of 2 underway. First pitch from Davis, right down the pike for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Davis ready, delivers. That's high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Lee Davis and Atlee, 2 of the 15 teams in the new Region 5B. Out of those 15, the top 8 will advance to the tournament, which begins May 25th. Pop up behind the pitcher, Bernardini, the second baseman, calls for it, and on her side of second gets the catch for the first out of the inning. So 1 down for Jesse Gentry.
Now batting first baseman, number 11, Jesse Gentry.
Young Glen Allen coming on strong here at the halfway point of the season. They're looking very good. They, too, will be at Atlee on Monday. We'll be broadcasting the baseball game, but we'll keep you posted on softball as well. Mills Godwin in our top 10 most of the season. They're in Region 5B. 1-0 pitch from Davis. Launched in left field. Under it's Custer. Moves a couple of steps over, makes the catch for the second out of the inning, and Gentry is retired. 2 down, and that'll bring up Katie Bareford.
Now batting, designated player, number 10, Katie Bareford.
So you think about Glen Allen, Mills Godwin. Deep Run's had some injury issues this year. Atlee, Lee Davis, all in 5B. Matoaka is young, but can score some runs. First pitch, strike 1 to Bareford. And it is not out of the realm of possibility that we could see Atlee Lee Davis round 3 sometime during the Region 5B tournament late next month. The 0-1. Tap foul back to the screen and make it 0-2 on Bareford with 2 out and nobody on and no hits so far for Lee Davis. Early in the decade, it seemed like Atlee, every time they came to Lee Davis, would get a lead, and then somehow Lee Davis would come back and get the win, and Atlee felt snake-bitten here on this field. They could never get a victory. Next pitch misses the corner, 1-2 the count. Then they finally grabbed a win here, and it helped begin the momentum toward the 3-time state championship run. And they haven't lost since in the last 3 years. Got the corner for strike 3 called. Second strikeout of the night for Rachel Davis, and the second inning is in the books. We're through 2 tonight, fans. Number 10, Atlee 3. Number 3, Lee Davis, nothing. Had a phenomenal conversation this morning live on ESPN Richmond with Randolph-Macon head softball coach Kevin Proffitt ahead of the 2018 ODAC Championship, which is now underway down in Salem. Randolph-Macon, the 2 seed in the tournament, got a 3-0 win over the 7 seed Randolph this afternoon to move into the winner's bracket. The big news out of day 1 from Salem is that number 1 Virginia Wesleyan, also the number 1 team in the country, also the defending national champions, were shocked by number 8 Guilford, 5-1 in 8 innings. Guilford led that game 1-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. The Marlins scored 1 to tie it, send it to extras, and then Guilford scored a run and then hit a 3-run homer to seal the win. So Guilford is in the winner's bracket tonight, and the Marlins are going to be playing the rest of the way out of the elimination bracket.
Now batting center fielder, Kelly Ayer.
Randolph-Macon scheduled to be on the field right now against Lynchburg in the second round affair, and we'll try to get an update for you here momentarily. Top of the order, it's Ayer, who's singled to start the 3-run first inning for Atlee to start the 3rd. First pitch to Kelly, fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Ayer, Alyssa Bernardini, and Durbin due up. Victoria Bernardini, your flex player tonight. So she's at 3rd, does not bat in the order. 3-0 our score here on the Game of the Week, top 3. As a sliver of sunshine tries to peek through just before it goes good night here in Mechanicsville. Next pitch, fouled back just to the left of our broadcast position, 0-2 to Ayer. To Ayer, the left-handed hitting freshman. Henley, the left-hander, deals. Ripped down the right field line. Foul. Hit up against the fence, but on, if you're an Atlee fan, the wrong side of the white chalk. Lee Davis happy to see it go a little too far to the right, and the count remains 0-2. Next pitch, swing and a miss off the off-speed. Air is retired on strikes. One out here in the third for Alyssa Bernardini, the second baseman.
Now batting second baseman, Alyssa Bernardini.
Lynchburg, Randolph-Macon about to get underway in Salem. First pitch at the knees for strike one. And the count 0-1 on Bernardini. Next pitch, line toward Carly Harding. Can't get to it. Backhanded stab attempt. Ball goes underneath the glove, and it's a single for Bernardini, her second hit of the night. A one-out single to right center puts Bernardini aboard and brings up Jordan Durbin.
Now batting shortstop, Jordan Durbin.
Couple of updates from the tournament down Odak Way. Virginia Wesleyan has won their elimination bracket opener 8-0 over Roanoke. So they're going to play the winner strike one, the call there. They're going to play the loser, I should say, of the Randolph-Macon-Lynchburg game tomorrow at 11 a.m. Lynchburg, one of only 3 teams to beat Macon in the regular season, their 37-3 season. 0-1 pitch, high, and we're even at 1-1 to Jordan Durbin, the shortstop. Bernardini at first, one out. Atlee with the 3-0 lead here, top of the third. So Macon can't get the job done tonight, I should say. Tip foul, 1-2 to Durbin. No one expected Wesleyan and Macon to face each other in an elimination game at 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning. 2 of the top 4 teams in the country in the latest top 25. So Macon got to be careful tonight and get a win over Lynchburg and get to that championship of the winner's bracket tomorrow. Pitch outside where, should be, let's check the count, see if Blue gives us a count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Macon loses tonight, they get Wesleyan tomorrow at 11 a.m. Off speed misses high, and we go full at 3-2 to Durbin. If they win tonight, they play for the winner's bracket championship tomorrow at 2. The winner of that moves automatically into Sunday's final round. Durbin ready. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ball 4. Bernardini took off. She'll get into second. And Durbin walks anyway. So runners at first and second with 1 out for Davis, who struck out her first time up.
Now batting the pitcher, Rachel Davis.
First pitch will hit Davis. Comes up inside on her. And the hit by pitch will load the bases with 1 out here in the third inning. Time is called. Emily Friel coming to the plate. Coach Davis wants some clarification on an issue with the home plate umpire. The infielders will come out in to talk to Henley. Coach McIntyre has a moment to talk to April Hooper, who's on deck. It's Emily Friel.
Now batting the catcher, Emily Friel.
She had the RBI ground out to get the third run in the first inning. Maddie Rhodes is pitching for Randolph-Macon. Their game with Lynchburg about to get underway. Rachel Green has come in to courtesy run for Davis off the HBP. The bases jammed. Atlee up already 3-0. 1 out in the third, looking for more. First pitch swing, and that was not a foul ball. Gets behind Hawker And Bernardini will come in to score. Runners will advance all the way around, and it's 4-0 on the wild pitch. Bernardini scores for the second time tonight. Second and third, one out, one in. It is 4-0 Raiders. Henley delivers, swing and a miss. Added a low one there, and the count is 0-2 to Friel. But one run in. And it's a 4-0 Lee Davis deficit. Pitch outside. Friel doesn't bite. 1-2 the count. Field holding up very well considering the heavy rains we had overnight and a little bit more rain to add insult to injury late this afternoon. Henley ready, the 1-2. Foul fisted here to the Atlee fans. And we'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next Friday night, another round of rivalry night action in Hanover County. Lee Davis will go to Patrick Henry. PH looking for revenge. Atlee will host Hanover. Hanover looking for revenge. That pitch high. Gets away from Hawker. Heading home, Durbin. No, gets past Henley. She is safe. Green to third, and it's 5-0. A pair of wild pitches produced 2 runs in this at-bat to Friel. And it's all Atlee so far. A team who officially began the second half of their regular season schedule tonight, and I'm sure not happy with the record of 6-4. They've looked to make a statement, and early on, they most certainly have, but some of it has been made for them with some critical errors by Lee Davis. Friel's back in. The 2-2. Got the outside corner for strike 3. So Green still at third base, but 2 down and 2 in for April Hooper.
Now batting right fielder, April Hooper.
And the Raiders trying to make a loud statement to the rest of Region 5B. Up 5-0, top of the third. First pitch high for ball 1 to the right fielder, Hooper. She lined out to Harding at second to end the 3-run first inning. They've got 2 here in the third so far, and a third run at third base. Foul back to the screen, even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Hooper. Hammock, no, check that Custer is on deck should the inning continue. Hammock after Sidney, the left fielder. Henley takes some time, tries to rub some stuff off the ball. Umpire stops and says, "You want a new one?" Henley agrees, and one is provided. I'm sure grip won't get any easier as the night progresses. 1-1. Nice off-speed pitch. Strike 2 called. Hooper behind 1-2 with Green the runner at third. Courtesy runner for Davis, who was hit by a pitch earlier in the inning. Now the 1-2. Foul, staying alive as Hooper at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hit by pitch, 2 wild pitches in this inning, critical to getting Atlee 2 more runs and a 5-0 lead. One, 2, Henley ready. Here it comes. Fouled again. Hooper stays alive. Nowhere close to that 21 pitch at bat. 22 pitch at bat, 21 or 22 in the majors last weekend. Broke the all-time record. It took over 12 minutes for that at bat. That had to be fascinating to watch. And exhausting if you're the pitcher. 1-2 again. Lined into right field. guesses there and makes the catch near the line for the third out of the inning, but not before the Raiders strike again, take advantage of some miscues, and they get 2 more runs across. Middle of the third here on the game of the week. Number 10, Atlee, 5. Number 3, Lee Davis, nothing. So again, a big thank you to Randolph-Macon softball coach Kevin Proffitt for joining us live this morning on RVA Locals Only on ESPN Richmond every Friday morning at 9:30 during the Black and Drew Sports Huddle. Bob Black and Andrew Wallace are dumb enough to allow me to come into the studio, hijack it a bit, and bring on the best in local sports. A lot of times we talk high school. Today we delved into Division III college. Not only talked about Randolph-Macon's successful season, but of course Virginia Wesleyan. 4 of their starting 9 are from the RVA. And obviously we have such great softball talent here in the area, and it's translating well. Division I, Division III levels. But if you didn't hear that conversation or you want to listen to any edition of RVA Locals Only, they're all available on the Audio Vault at espnrichmond.com. That's espnrichmond.com. Search the Audio Vault for RVA Locals Only. And listen to us every Friday morning at 9:30. Bob Black, Andrew Wallace on the Black and Drew Sports Huddle. RVA's Locals Only is presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. And you can listen on 99.5 and 102.7 on the FM dial. Listen on 950 on the AM dial. Online at espnrichmond.com. Swing and a miss. Harding takes strike 1 from Davis as we begin the bottom of the third inning. And Lee Davis now suddenly down 5-0. Second biggest deficit they faced this year. The biggest one being the 6 runs to Prince George. Next pitch high and away, count 1-1. And that was a game where Lee Davis took a 1-0 lead in the first. And then Prince George got all 7 of their runs in a 2-run stretch middle of the game, and then cruised behind Thompson in the circle the rest of the way. Harding fouls one back here to the screen, and now it's 1-2 to the second baseman and the leadoff hitter here in inning number 3. Melbreck and McLaughlin scheduled to appear in this inning. The 7-8-9 hitter still looking for hit number 1 off of Rachel Davis. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play behind us. Doesn't quite get over to the soccer field, which is idle tonight thanks to several puddles. Soccer here postponed. Baseball here postponed. Everything postponed. Hanover Patrick Henry at Patrick Henry. Only other games going on tonight that we know of are Patrick Henry Hanover girls soccer. Next pitch, foul. Nope, check it. Fair ball down the first base line. Hammock grabs it, steps on first, and Harding's retired for the first out of the inning. That girls' soccer match is senior night for the Hawks. It is at Hanover, and it should be by now underway. McKenna Melbrick will come up to the plate now with 1 out in the third and nobody on.
Number 2, McKenna Melbrick.
You'll recall Melbrick, first time Lee Davis was on our game of the week, hit the grand slam to wrap up the 14-2 win here over Mills Godwin back on the 11th of April. Count quickly 0-1 to McKenna. Davis delivers, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to McKenna. The only other game that we know of tonight involving the county, Hanover women's lacrosse headed up to Charlottesville to take on the Black Knights. That game is on. Atlee girls lacrosse match postponed. Swing and a miss. And Melbrick goes down on strikes. Third K of the night for Rachel Davis. 2 out, nobody on for McLaughlin. Oh, hang on a second. She's still in, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right, fans. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still 1 out. Pop up. Back behind us. Going to hit the roof of the tower. And we're going to stay at 1-2. Thought for sure that had been strike 3. But instead, Melbrick alive with the count 1-2. And 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Pitch, liner to third, on a hop. Bernardini fires it over to Hammock, and there is 2 out now officially in the bottom of the third inning. 2 down for Madison McLaughlin.
Now batting left fielder number 5, Madison McLaughlin.
Girls lacrosse final in Deep Run defeats Douglas Freeman tonight, 11-5 the final score there. First pitch misses outside for ball one. McLaughlin can get on base. Top of the order, Taylor awaiting on deck. 2 out, nobody on. And Davis delivers the 1-0. Foul out of play. And the count's 1-1. That ball will go precariously close to a huge puddle next to the triple jump area over on the football/soccer field. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to McLaughlin. Coach Jackie Davis has gotten some nice offensive production from the bottom third of her order so far this season, and will definitely need it come postseason time. 1-2. Misses high, trying to nip that corner. Davis misses, 2-2. 5-0. Atlee with the lead here at Lee Davis. 2-2. Misses the corner again. Let's go full at 3-2, and credit McLaughlin to have some nice patience not to chase either one of those pitches down to the count 1-2. Now she hopes to see something she can put the bat on with the count full, and Davis not interested in walking the batter with 2 out, and she will. That one got away from her, high and away for ball 4, and Lee Davis gets their number 9 hitter aboard.
Now batting shortstop, Lauren Taylor.
Still seeking their first hit of the evening. And Lauren Taylor to the plate. She struck out to start the bottom of the first for Lee Davis. First pitch away for ball 1. Friel comes up, Aiken to throw. McLaughlin's back at first. .50 Raiders, bottom 3. Davis is ready, delivers. Popped up down the first base line. Is it going to hook, and goes out of play. Kara Hammock reached the glove as far as she could over the fence, but it was about 2 or 3 feet away from her. Nice try there by the first baseman. She's got some height and some length to her, so she had a good shot at it. It was just too far away. Counts even at 1-1. McLaughlin at first, 2 out. Lee Davis down by 5. That pitch, ball. Throw to first, gets away from Hammock, but it's okay. McLaughlin dives in safely. Hammock's able to retrieve it very quickly, and nothing happened there. 2-1 the count. Taylor looking to get on any way, shape, or form possible here. Just to ignite the offense for Lee Davis. Runner going, drive into left field. It's going to go over the head of Kuster and over the fence for a home run. That was a rocket shot to left center field. Lauren Taylor, a 2-out, 2-run homer.
2-run shot by Lauren Taylor.
And just like that, the Confederates are on the board, and they cut the Atlee lead to 5-2. Last Friday night, Taylor knocked a 3-run shot at Hanover, the only score of the night. And Lee Davis defeated Hanover.
Haley Wagner.
That game on the road, 3-0 the final. Taylor with another dinger on rivalry night a week later at home. And it cuts the deficit to 3. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Haley Wagner. .1-0 pitch coming from Davis. Popped up towards second. Bernardini back into shallow right to make the catch to end the inning. But we've got 2 runs on the board for Lee Davis thanks to the Taylor home run with 2 out. And now we go to the 4th inning here on the game of the week. Number 10, Atlee 5. Number 3, Lee Davis 2. Game of the week rolls on here live on the RVA Sports Network. More coming up in just a moment. Bring you back in live here at Lee Davis High School. Rob with them along with you here on the RVA Sports Network High School Softball Game of the Week. First of 4 games here on the network in the next 10 nights. First pitch to Kuster is swing and a miss for strike 1. Henley getting her high and inside. Sydney Kuster, the left fielder, count on her at 0-1. Sydney was hit by the pitch to lead off the second inning, but erased on a double play to end that inning. Drive down the left field line, hooking, and McLaughlin will get there to make the catch for the first out of the 4th inning. Atlee scored 3 in the first, 2 in the third. Lee Davis answers with 2 in the bottom of the third on the 2-run homer from Lauren Taylor.
Now batting first baseman, Kara Hammock.
So with 1 out and nobody on, it is Kara Hammock to the plate. First pitch, fly down the right field line. Guess moving over toward the line. She'll make the catch in fair territory for the second out of the inning. Henley could really use a really quick inning. Not only 3 quick outs, but not needing to have to go deep into any count. It'll be nice confidence-wise and also save that arm a bit down the stretch. Help her team try to complete the comeback. That one gets away from Henley, though, and hits Lavender. Savannah's having some control issues tonight with 2 out. Lavender aboard with the hit by pitch, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Kelly Ayer. We mentioned earlier grip was going to be an issue with the softball tonight because of the weather conditions, because of the field's muddy. It's holding up well, but it's still muddy.
Now batting center fielder, Kelly Ayer.
And some people immediately may think, oh, arch rivalry. I can tell you it has nothing to do with that right now. It's everything to do with the conditions and just trying to successfully pitch the ball. Ayer, first pitch, grounder to short. Throw to first in time to retire the speedy Kelly Ayer and end the top of the 4th inning. Nice job there by Lauren Taylor to be very precise, take her time, collect that ball, knowing Ayer was going to fly down the first base line, but get it over to Gentry in enough time. And 1 runner left on base here in the top of the 4th for the Raiders. So Atlee with 3 in the first, 2 in the third. Lee Davis answers with 2. And now we go bottom 4, Lee Davis to the plate. It'll be their 3, 4, 5 hitters. The heart of the order coming up, thanks to the inning extended by the number 9 hitter, McLaughlin. She was down to the count 1-2 with 2 out, nobody on. She was very patient with 2 pitches to force 3-2. Then Davis was high and away for ball 4. It brought up Taylor, and Taylor lined, jacked the 2-run shot to left center field to make it a 5-2 game. So McLaughlin's work at the plate allowed that home run to come up and come to fruition. So here we go with 3, 4, 5 hitters. Guess, Hawker, Gentry in the 4th.
Now batting for Lee Davis, the right fielder, Sydney Guess.
So a prime opportunity here for Lee Davis to cut into this margin some more, down 5-2, bottom of the 4th. First pitch from Davis, lined into right field. That's a base hit. Hammock's not covering first. Guess would have been there in time anyway, and a leadoff single for Sydney Guess here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that is the first time tonight that Lee Davis gets the leadoff hitter aboard.
Now batting the catcher, Logan Hawker.
Interesting decision coming up now for Coach Davis. Your cleanup hitter is up, Logan Hawker. Do you sack bunt here, or do you let her swing away? First pitch down the pike for strike 1. So far, no signs of a bunt. Hawker with 1 swing could make this a 1-run game. That one's high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis hoped maybe Hawker would chase for strike 2, and Logan did not. What a career Logan Hawker has had here for Lee Davis. The 1-1. Line into right center field. That's trouble. Going to the wall, and it's over the wall. For a minute, I thought it was going to be off the wall for a double. Make that yard number 2 Logan Hawker with a 2-run shot to right center. And it's 5-4. The Raiders with just a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And both homers tonight, neither one were high, towering, deep shots. Both of them were liners that just sailed their way quickly through this humid evening air and over the fence. And I was thinking to myself pregame, we may not see a home run tonight because the air is so thick. But Taylor and Hawker have proved us wrong with 2 line shots over the fence.
Now batting first baseman, Jesse Gentry.
And with still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th, Jesse Gentry to the plate. And that one's high for ball 1. Jesse, of course, 2 solo homers in the win over Mills Godwin on the game of the week on the 11th. So Jesse capable of tying this game up in a swing. Got under that one. Foul territory. Victoria Bernardini makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting designated player, Katie Bareford.
So with 1 out and nobody on, it brings up Katie Bareford. First pitch, fly ball shallow center. In fact, so shallow, it's not quite going to get out of the infield, and Durbin behind second just before the grass will make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Carly Harding, with 2 down, or are we going to get a pinch hitter? Yeah, it looks like Sierra Talley is coming in to pinch hit with 2 out.
Pinch hitting for the Confederates is number 3, Sierra Talley. Again, pitch hitting is number 3, Sierra Talley.
So Talley to the plate with 2 out. Nobody on. But the once 5-run Atlee lead is down to a single run at 5-4. Tally into the batter's box, and let's go. Davis ready. First pitch. High and away for ball 1. Didn't get a chance to talk about Bareford being the hero of the first game with Patrick Henry. She had the walk-off to get them the win here at home over the Patriots. The rematch is next Friday night in Ashland. 1-0 pitch. It's the outside corner. Davis nips it for strike 1. Our plans as of right now are to be in Ashland next Friday night for the Lee Davis Patrick Henry baseball and softball showdowns live on Twitter on Hanover Sports as Tally swings and misses at strike 2. 1-2 the count now with 2 out, nobody on, but 2 in on the Hawker homer. 2-run shot Lauren Taylor, 2-run shot Logan Hawker. It's 5-4 Atlee. Check swing. Did she go? The answer is no. And the count's even at 2-2. Davis is ready. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Tally goes down, but another successful inning for Lee Davis.
Your score after 4 complete. The Raiders 5, the Confederates 4.
Once upon a time, Atlee led 5-0. Now we head to the 5th inning. The sun says goodnight behind the trees. The lights in full effect here at Lee Davis High School. And the Confederates go back on defense. Down only 1. It's Atlee 5 and Lee Davis 4. Monday, we're live at Atlee for baseball action. Glen Allen comes to town. It'll be Glen Allen and Atlee on the game of the week. Monday night, special start time of 6 o'clock Eastern time here on our YouTube channel. Wednesday afternoon, top 10 baseball action. Number 6, Hanover. They've righted the ship after a slow start, playing some really good baseball. They go to number 2, Benedictine. That's going to be a great one. 5 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Should be sunny at 84 degrees at first pitch. Can't wait for that. And then a week from Monday night, we're at Hanover for softball action in Region 4B. Abby White and the Midlothian Trojans coming in to take on number 8 Hanover. That's Monday night, May 7th at 6 Eastern. Our broadcast schedule, of course, always on the right-hand side of the page at RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net.
Alyssa Bernardini.
Easiest way to remember the Game of the Week broadcast is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Click subscribe. We'll never spam you. We'll never bother you. You'll only get email alerts when either A, we post a new video, or B, we're 30 minutes away or we go live with a Game of the Week. So click subscribe now at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Bernardini takes ball 1 to lead off the 5th inning. 1-0 pitch. That's at the knees for strike 1 as the Raiders look for a way to rebuild what was a 5-run lead, now down to 1 at 5-4. Lee Davis looking to flip the script from a few years back and be the team that comes back again. 2-1 the count. That one high from Henley. Here in the last few years, it was Atlee victorious on this field. Earlier in the decade, 2012, 2013, Atlee could build a lead, and Lee Davis would come back and take the win. That's what Lee Davis trying to do again here in 2018. That pitch way outside. Got away from Savannah. And the count is 3-1, and she's in danger of walking the leadoff hitter. 2-3-4 in the lineup. Jordan Durbin is on deck here in the 5th inning for the Raiders. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and we're full at 3-2. Atlee came in tonight 6-4 and ranked 10th in the latest RVA Sports Network Top 10 softball poll. Lee Davis came in 7-1 and at number 3, trailing only Prince George, who beat him, and Cosby. Swing and a miss, and Henley gets back and gets the strikeout of Bernardini to start the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Jordan Durbin.
Now batting shortstop, Jordan Durbin.
So 1 out, nobody on in the 5th for the Raiders. Speaking of Cosby, they won today 4-1 over James River. Lee Davis and Cosby have a date with each other in May before the regular season comes to a close. Both of these teams have had very rigorous schedules. Lee Davis also has a makeup game at Manchester before the regular season concludes. So they've got 2 top 10 battles against 2 Region 6B schools ahead of them. First pitch hits Durbin. Another hit by pitch. Durbin will take first. Davis will come to the plate.
Now batting, Rachel Davis.
1 on, 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Davis trying to help her own cause here. First pitch is high for ball 1. When Henley and Davis went against each other March 29th at Atlee, it was 0-0 after 7. Lee Davis got 2 in the top of the 8th, kept Atlee off the scoreboard and got the 2-0 extra inning win. Next pitch gets it at the knees on the outside corner. 1-1 the count to Davis. Tonight, Atlee jumps on Henley for 3 in the first, 2 in the third, and then Lee Davis counters with a pair of 2-run homers to make it 5-4. Pop up towards short. Taylor's underneath it. She'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. And with 2 out, that'll bring up the catcher, Emily Friel.
Now batting, Emily Friel.
So Friel to the plate with 2 down. She struck out in the 3rd, but during that at-bat, 2 wild pitches allowed 2 runs to score as Henley misses outside for ball 1. She had an RBI ground out to get the 3rd run of the 1st inning in her 2 plate appearances tonight. Durbin at first, and the 1-0. Outside, 2-0 the count to Friel. April Hooper is on deck for the Raiders. 2 out, 1 on. in a one-run lead game here for the Raiders. It once was 5-0. Now it's 5-4. The 2-0 in there for strike one. Looked like it was going to be outside, curved in there at the last second and nipped the corner for Henley. 2-1 the count on Friel. Catcher back into the box, and she's ready. Henley's ready. 2-1. Misses that corner. Hawker tried to paint it, couldn't get it. 3-1. Three and one. Sophomore Henley toes the rubber. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and we're full at 3-2. Durbin will be going from first. 2 out, 3-2 pitch coming. Friel trying to get aboard and get something going here, a 2-out rally. In the fifth, up only 1 now instead of 5. Payoff pitch in the dirt for ball 4. So first and second with 2 out for the right fielder, April Hooper. Hooper had a fly out to right in the third. And she had a line out to second back in the first. We'll get a courtesy runner for Friel. And time called by the umpire. Kayla Maxson will run for Emily Friel. Hooper.
Now batting April Hooper.
Into the box. Runners of first and second with 2 out here in the top of the fifth. First pitch outside corner for strike one. Next pitch, beautiful off-speed pitch. Looked like it was going to be high. Drops in at the letters, strike 2. One of the better pitches Henley's thrown tonight. 0-2 the count. 2 out, 2 on. Atlee up by 1, looking for more. The pitch. Foul down the first baseline. And we'll stay at 0-2. Huster, the left fielder, on deck should the inning continue. Henley takes her time, calls for time, wants another ball. And receives it. Hooper steps out of the box. And now she's ready. Henley delivers. Misses, trying to pull the string again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice discipline by Hooper not to chase that one. 1-2 with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch. Just foul. Back to the screen. Hooper stays alive at 1-2. Atlee 3 in the first, 2 in the third. Lee Davis, a pair of 2-run homers. 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And we're at 5-4, top of the fifth. Maxson at first, Durbin at second, and 2 down. 1-2 pitch. High. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8-9 one-hitters due up in the bottom of the fifth inning for Lee Davis. Melbrick, McLaughlin, Taylor. The 2-2. Line into left field. It's going to be over the head of McLaughlin. Durbin comes in to score. Rounding third. Coming home is Maxson. Throw to the plate. Safe. As Hawker is unable to get the ball and apply the tag. It's a 2-run double with an advance to third. April Hooper makes it at least 7. Lee Davis 4. McLaughlin did her best to try to get to it. It was just a bit over her head. Had to run to the fence to pick it up. Hooper easily into second, and then with the throw home to Hawker, she's able to advance to third base. Durbin in.
Now batting Sydney Huster.
Maxson in. And it's 7-4. 2 out for Sydney Huster. Ball 1. 7 runs for Atlee. That matches the most given up by Lee Davis this year. Prince George had the 7 on them in their lone loss a week ago last Monday here on the Game of the Week. Next pitch right down the pike for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The Raiders get 2 back and extend the lead back to 3. Next pitch misses high, and it's 2-1. A little bit after 8 o'clock on a pretty much comfortable Friday night. Might be a bit chilly to some. We're okay. 2-1 pitch in the dirt. And now 3-1. And Atlee smelling blood here with the bottom of the order. See if Kuster can get on and get Hammock up. They want to get a big inning here with 2 out. 3-1 pitch. Outside for ball 4. And it'll be first and third. And Kara Hammock coming to the plate. Looking to see if Coach Davis wants to call time to go out and talk to Henley, and she will opt not to. She stepped out of the dugout, but you got to get across the line to make it official, and she was nowhere close. Hammock at the plate, she'll call time. Quick baseball update, one of the few games on tonight besides our game. Big start for Mills Godwin. Number 3, Mills Godwin leading number 8, Glen Allen, 5-0 in the 3rd inning. Thank you, Will Catterley and my friends at Watch Sports Wire for that update. First pitch to Hammock is high for ball 1. Again, we'll have Glen Allen at Atlee on the Game of the Week, Monday edition, this Monday evening, 6 o'clock, here on the RVA Sports Network on our YouTube channel. Henley ready. Time for the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and we're even at 1-1. Hooper with the double and the 2 RBIs, advancing to third on the throw home. She's at third. Kuster at first on the walk. First and third with 2 out. 1-1 to Hammock and a 7-4 Atlee lead in the 5th inning. Henley ready. The pitch. Misses high, trying to get the off speed to drop, and it didn't. 2-1 the count. This is a game where you just have to let Savannah work, whether she's struggling or not. You're going to come through and into and through a lot of adversity in a schedule that Lee Davis has. Atlee has one just as tough. And hopefully it'll get you ready for the rigors of the postseason. 2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count, as Hammock probably chased ball 3 that time, high and inside. Kara regroups, the first baseman for the Raiders. Trying to get a big hit for her team. 2 in this inning. They want more with runners at the corners. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout for Savannah Henley. But damage done here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs in, the big hit from April Hooper. We go bottom 5 on the Game of the Week. Number 10, Atlee, 7. Number 3, Lee Davis, 4. The Patrick Henry Hanover rematch, which was scheduled for tonight at Patrick Henry, postponed. They will get that one in on Thursday night, May the 10th. So Hanover and Patrick Henry will have to play rivalry night rivals back-to-back nights, as they'll make up that game on the 10th. And then on the 11th, Hanover comes to Lee Davis, and Patrick Henry has to go face an Atlee team that they defeated 1-0 last Friday night in a great game. And Patrick Henry's first win over the Raiders since 2015. And that dates back all the way back to before their state semifinal game in 2015, won by the Raiders on the way to their first of 3 state championships. 8-9-1 hitters here in the 5th.
Now batting for Lee Davis, McKenna Melbrick.
And we're glad you are with us here tonight live on the RVA Sports Network. First pitch is away for ball one. Melbrick, McLaughlin, and Taylor, who owns one of the two-run shots tonight. Next one away, 2-0 to Melbrick. I have a distinct feeling our final score is not going to be 7-4 tonight. I think we got more runs coming. It's just one of those nights where both teams are rolling. Atlee, though's done more rolling than Lee Davis has. They've put together some things while Lee Davis has counted so far on the long ball. Now they'd like to get a sustained drive going, if I can use a football analogy, as Davis works 3-0 on Melbrick and gets the inside corner for strike one. Coach Davis walks out, looks at McKenna, and says, that was not a strike. Frankly, I might agree with her. 3-1 pitch. That gets the inside corner, and that looked more like a strike on the inside corner. 3-2 the count. We rarely talk about umpires, as you guys know if you listen to the game of the week, but I'm not sure about that 3-0 pitch there a moment ago. Now we're at 3-2. Davis trying to work back. Pitch inside for ball four, and Melbrick will get the leadoff walk. McLaughlin to the plate. Taylor on deck.
Now batting, Madison McLaughlin.
And Lee Davis looking to strike back in their half of the fifth inning. You know, we've had so many recent games between these two teams that have been pitching dominated, including their first meeting this year. Bunt laid down beautifully. Friel grabs it. Throw is just in time. Throw over to second. Runner is safe, but the sacrifice of success. And man, McLaughlin was that close to making it a single, and runners at first and second. Friel with the bullet to barely get her for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, Lauren Taylor.
And here comes Lauren Taylor. Had the 3-run shot last Friday. All the runs Lee Davis needed for the 3-0 win at Hanover. First pitch away for ball one. Had the 2-run homer in the third to get Lee Davis on the board here tonight. And Melbrick's at second with one out for the junior shortstop. 1-0 pitch. Outside corner for strike one. Coach Davis reminding Lauren, you don't have to reprise your homer. Get us something in the field of play and keep it going. Next pitch way outside, going to get away from Friel. Runner will go to third and is safe. Melbrick slides in safely on the passed ball. (7-4) the score. Melbrick at third, one out here in the fifth. 2-1 to Taylor. Misses the corner. Friel tried to paint it, didn't get it. 3 balls, 1 strike. Haley Wagner is on deck for Lee Davis. The 3-1. That hits the corner. Boy, Davis with authority on that one at the knees, and we're full at 3-2. You could just see it in her eyes when she threw that one to the plate. Just a beautiful pitch. Full count here. Runner at third. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Taylor swings at strike 3 for the second time tonight. Retired for 2 out, and Wagner to the plate.
Now batting, Haley Wagner.
And what Davis did there, she set her up on 3-1 with the outside corner, and 3-2 would have been ball 4 had Taylor not swung. First pitch fouled out of play behind the Atlee fans. And a little too close to the Lee Dotson mobile. And the count is 0-1. When are they going to go in mass production, by the way, so that everybody can have one of those golf carts? Yeah. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and quickly Wagner down 0-2 here with 2 out. And all of a sudden, what looked like a developing inning is a strike away from being a goose egg on the board and leaving Melbrick stranded at third base. The pitch. Foul just over the Atlee dugout roof and out of play. Will stay at 0-2. If Wagner can keep the inning going, Sidney Guess, always dangerous at the plate, on deck. 0-2 pitch, grounded towards short. Durbin grabs it, throw to first, and the side's retired. Melbrick will be stranded at third. Mark that down, fans. That could be a huge development later on as we get through these next two innings, the 6th and the 7th. We go to the 6th. Atlee 7, Lee Davis 4. Game of the week rolls on live next on the RVA Sports Network. Heading to the 6th here live at Lee Davis High School. Rob Witham along with you live on the RVA Sports Network. Hey, we're back on the radio tomorrow afternoon with Atlee Little League Baseball. Back to baseball action tomorrow. We'll go on the air live at 3 o'clock on 102.9 The Mater. It's 102.9 FM, 1430 AM. And we are developing, by the way, an audio online archive of all of our Atlee Little League broadcasts. As soon as we have that up and running, we will get that information to you on Twitter at Hanover Sports, on Facebook at facebook.com/Hanover Sports. So Atlee Little League action on 102.9 The Mater, live on your radio tomorrow afternoon. We'll start at 3 p.m. Margaret Lavender, the DP, the number 9 hitter in the Atlee order, leads off the 6th inning. The Raiders up 3, 7-4. First pitch in there for strike one for Henley. And the count 0-1. Lavender ready. Henley to the rubber. And now the 0-1 pitch. Check swing high. 1-1. The count. Update from Salem. Lynchburg 1. Randolph-Macon nothing in the top of the 4th inning. In the winner's bracket at the Yodak Championship. Swing and a miss. And Lavender down to the count here, 1-2. So 3 in the books. Down in Salem, Yellow Jackets down by 1. Swing and a miss. Lavender goes down. Henley with her 2nd consecutive strikeout, dating back to the bottom of the, or I should say top of the 5th inning. One away, top of the order, Kelly Ayer.
Now batting, Kelly Ayer.
Ayer had a single to lead off the game, part of that 3-run first inning for the Raiders. We're in real physical time. It took them about 4 minutes to score 3 runs. First pitch at the knees for strike one. A lot of responsibility for this freshman center fielder, replacing another Kelly. Kelly Warren, now doing great things as a freshman at East Tennessee State. 0-1 pitch. Misses low, 1-1 the count. Warren, of course, her teammate Julia Fritz from Glen Allen, having a good freshman year for the Bucks. And Jordan Durbin of these Atlee Raiders, the shortstop, she'll join the Bucks in the Southern Conference next year. The 1-1. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Savannah quizzically looks into the plate after that call and regroups behind the circle. 2-1 the count to Ayer. First and third base playing in on the speedster. Next pitch high and away. 3-1, and Henley in danger of getting the speedy Kelly Ayer a free pass to first. Three and one with 1 away here in the 6th, and Lee Davis trying to keep it at a 3-run deficit. Pitch. Foul into the Lee Davis dugout. Everybody's fine. And we go full at 3-2. Lacrosse practice completed for the night. Back behind us on the practice field. Tonight is April 27th, so we're just a little under 4 months away from the 2018 high school football season. It'll be here before you know it. 3-2. Line into right field. Guess coming in. She'll make the catch. Sydney Guess was in the perfect position to get that liner. 2 down now here in the 6th for Alyssa Bernardini, the second baseman. Golf starts early in August. The official first day of the 2018-19 high school sports season other than golf is August 20th. First pitch outside for ball 1. And we expect the first football games to be played on Thursday the 23rd and Friday night the 24th. We already know that Highland Springs will go to Hermitage. First game for the new Hermitage head coach, Derek Johnson, that night. Outside corner for strike 1, even at 1-1 now, is Bernardini with 2 out and nobody on in the 6th. And that'll be the first game played on the new synthetic turf at Chester Fritz Stadium. Totally new era of Hermitage football. New coach, new field, new everything. Same rival, though. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 to Bernardini. As Highland Springs will probably be considerable favorites to go for their 4th straight state championship, having so much coming back from last year's winner. Strike 3 called. Bernardini thought it was going to be inside, and the answer is no. And she is frozen by Henley to retire the side in order here in the 6th. And maybe that'll catapult Lee Davis into some offense here on the other side of the frame. Bottom 6 coming up. Lee Davis still finding themselves on the short end. It's 7-4 Atlee. So again, to review tonight, Hanover Patrick Henry baseball and softball and boys soccer all postponed at Patrick Henry. Excuse me. The baseball game will be made good middle of May. The softball game will be made up on Thursday night, May 10th. You can go to RVASportsNetwork.com right now, and below the YouTube player for our game of the week tonight, you'll find all the postponements and rescheduling from the Metro Richmond area in high school from today. Patrick Henry Hanover girls soccer that we know of went off without a hitch. They should be probably early second half over at Hanover right now. Atlee girls lacrosse was supposed to host Western Albemarle tonight. That didn't happen. Here, baseball didn't happen. Neither soccer match happened. They'll all get rescheduled. And again, check the list at RVASportsNetwork.com.
Sydney, yes.
So here we go. It's the heart of the order, and if Lee Davis has their best shot to get back into the game, it's right now. Guess, Hawker, Gentry in the 6th. First pitch hits Guess in the helmet. I have to go back and look how many hit-by pitches we've had here tonight. 1.
Logan Hawker.
This is just a cursory look. 2, 3. I think that's our 4th one tonight total. Hawker to the plate. First pitch low for ball 1. Guess at first off the hit by pitch. Tying run in the on deck circle is Gentry. 7-4. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Logan Hawker, who homered to right center field her last time up. She has 2 RBI on a homer, and so does Lauren Taylor for the 4 runs for Lee Davis. The 2-0. Lined into center field. Air trying to get to it. Can't, and it's over the fence. Another bullet home run. No lift whatsoever. We did not have liftoff. That one looked like a golf shot. Hawker, another 2-run homer. Over the head of Air, over the center field fence, 7-6 Atlee.
Now batting.
And the
Gentry.
fire has been lit again. Nobody has a towering drive in them tonight. Everything is get out as quick as you can. 7-6, Gentry. First pitch, foul back behind us for strike one. Pitch, swing, held it, 1-1 the count. Gentry ready. Swing and a miss. Pulling the string is Davis. That was a beautiful pitch to get ahead of the count, 1-2 strikes, and try to settle this Lee Davis bench down. They are sky high right now. They're within one for the second time tonight. Pitch, missed, just missed. 2-2. Davis wanted strike three bad. So did the Atlee faithful to my right. And the count is even at 2-2 to Gentry. Bareford on deck. 7-6, nobody out in the sixth. Swing and a miss, and Gentry goes down. Chase the low one. Davis with a big strikeout. One out here, sixth inning for Katie Bareford.
Now batting, Katie Bareford.
First pitch popped up down the first baseline. Hammock trying to get there. Bernardini tries, and Bernardini loses sight of the ball at the last second, thinking Hammock was going to make the catch. Hammock had overrun the ball. Bernardini puts the glove out at the last second, and it bounces off. And all of that means strike one. Now, if you're Katie Bareford, you want to make that hurt and get a hit right now and keep this rally going. 2 in on the homer from Hawker. Nobody on now, but 1 out in the sixth. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on the off speed, and it's 0-2 to Bareford. With Talley, the new second baseman, she pinched hit for Harding a couple of innings ago, stayed in defensively, and Sierra's on deck. Davis is ready. The 0-2. This is outside, 1-2 strikes. Davis and Henley, 7 shutout innings each in the first meeting March 29th. Tonight, they're laboring just as hard in a totally different game. 7-6 the score. The pitch. Grounder to third. It's off the third baseman's glove. Durbin's able to get it. One hopper to Hammock is not in time. And Bareford is aboard. On the air from Bernardini at third. Durbin almost bailed her out, but couldn't. Deep in the hole at short. And now Coach Davis with a word to Sierra Talley. Huge opportunity here. We're going to get a runner for Bareford. And that's Sydney Gentry.
Number 7, Sydney Gentry.
Talley struck out to end the fourth inning in her pinch hit appearance. Now,
number 7, Sydney Gentry.
This is the second time Talley's up to the plate tonight, now as the second baseman.
Sierra Talley.
We've got Sydney Gentry, the freshman, younger sister of Jessie Gentry, running at first with 1 out. Do we play small ball here? Maybe try to get the sack bunt? Have a runner in scoring position? Yeah, we do, but we pull back on high and away ball 1. Melbrick has already proven this year that she can go yard. She can certainly get one into the outfield. And if you can get a speedster like Gentry to second with 2 out, you take your chances to tie the game. Pulls away from another high one, and it's 2-0 to Talley. And this game is getting strategical. Go look that one up in the dictionary. The pitch. Fouled on the bunt attempt. Back to the screen. 2-1 the count on Talley. You are guaranteed a good game when these two teams come together. It's just as simple as that. Tonight's has unfolded totally differently than their first one earlier this year, and like their last two last year. The 2-1, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 to Tally, and now the bunt option is likely gone. Now Tally's simply got to make contact here. Just put it in play. One of the fans say, you're absolutely right. Just put it in play, see what happens. Make them make a play. Davis looking for the K. She's got it. Swing and a miss, strike three, and a huge second out. So 2 away, tying run at first for McKenna Melbrick, the center fielder.
McKenna Melbrick.
7-6 Atlee, bottom of the 6th. First pitch at the knees for strike one. Barefoot extending the inning and getting a couple of more batters up at worst is going to allow Lee Davis to get the top of the order up in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's huge. Swing and a miss, and we're at 0-2. Throw to first, and Hammett couldn't quite grab it, but she handles it without a problem. Gentry was safe anyway. And Coach Davis wants to talk to McKenna for a second, puts the hand on the helmet, imparts some wisdom. Over 300 wins in her career, and of course the state championship in 2011. State Final Four in 16, state runner-up 17. They go to the 5th in Salem. Lynchburg won, Randolph-Macon nothing at the ODAC tournament. Outside, it's 1-2 to Melbrick. Gentry, the pinch runner at first. She's the tying run. 2 out here in the 6th. Raiders up 1. The 1-2. Fly ball, well hit, left field. Going back, Kuster, back. Makes the ice cream cone catch deep in left field for the 3rd out of the inning.
Your score after 6 complete. The Raiders 7, Confederate 6.
So the tying run is left at first. And we go to the 7th in a 1-run game. Quick reminder for our fans following along tonight on Twitter at Hanover Sports. Give them a chance to join us here for what will be an exciting finish.
Back on the road Wednesday as they travel to Glen Allen for a 6 o'clock game. Then back home on Thursday to take on the Tigers of J.R. Tucker. And then on the road again next Friday night as they travel out to Patrick Henry High School for a 6 o'clock start.
Buddy Lee here just announcing Lee Davis's week next week. There will be no practice next week. They have 5 games. That's what happens when you have a 2-0 record coming out of spring break and you got to play 18 in 36 days. And then you lose another one Tuesday to rain. The schedule gets so compressed. These kids are going to be worn out a week from tonight when they go to Patrick Henry. They've got to go to North Stafford on Monday. They have a home date on Tuesday.
Jordan Durbin.
They go to improving Glen Allen on Wednesday. They got Tucker on Thursday. They go to Patrick Henry next Friday. 7th inning underway. First pitch. Comebacker to Henley. Hit her in the foot. She grabs it. Throw to first. Got Durbin by a half step. Good call by the first base umpire. It was a bang play. But Henley makes the play, and it's 1 out in the 7th, and they want to double-check Savannah's foot, make sure she's all right. 3, 4, 5 hitters here for Atlee, trying to get an insurance run. 1 down, nobody on for Davis.
Now batting, Rachel Davis.
So 1 away here in the 7th. The carom off the foot of Henley in this muddy turf. It kind of died. It gave Savannah a chance to grab it and throw it in time. 1 away. And time called by Davis. Atlee 7. Lee Davis 6. One out here, top 7. Trying to make it keep it a one-run game. Have a shot at winning it on a walk-off. Bottom of the frame. First pitch in for strike 1 to Davis. Glad you're with us here tonight for the game of the week. Glad we were able to get this game in tonight. Off speed misses. 1-1 the count. I mean, imagine, and I think it's one of the reasons why the Lee Davis people work so hard today to get this field ready so they can play this game, because they're running out of room and they're running out of time in the regular season. 1-1, swing and a miss. Davis down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. You heard the 5 games next week. They've still got another game with Hanover. They've still got a trip to Cosby and a trip to Manchester in a make-good game. And a couple of others as well. 1-2. Line down the left field line, but hooking foul. And we'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Emily Friel, the catcher, on deck. 1 out, nobody on, top 7. Atlee 7, Lee Davis 6. We mentioned a little bit ago, we didn't think 7-4 would be the final. We were right about that. Now the question is, will it be 7-6? 1-2 with 1 out to Davis. The cleanup hitter in the Atlee order. The pitch misses the corner. 2-2. Nobody's getting that part of the plate tonight. Game being called very well both ways. When you hear both teams yell and scream, that's usually a great indicator. 2-2 pitch. Tap foul to the screen, and Davis stays alive at 2-2. Top of the 5th at the ODAC. 1-0 Lynchburg, and they've got runners at 2nd and 3rd trying to get insurance runs. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss on the off speed, and Davis goes down on strikes. 2 out. Top 7 for the catcher, Emily Friel.
Now batting, Emily Friel.
As night begins to fall, the skies are beginning to clear off. The temperature's still comfortable on this Friday evening. First pitch. Misses, ball 1, missed that corner. Savannah wanted the corner. Did not get it. 1-0 to Friel. Next pitch fouled back to the screen. 1-1 is the count. 9-1-2 hitters due up in the 7th inning for Lee Davis. McLaughlin, Taylor, Wagner scheduled. Get somebody on, and then you're talking Guess and maybe Hawker again. Misses outside, 2-1. Lee Davis fans not happy with that call, but that call's been the same all night long. It's 2-1 to Friel. 2 out, nobody on. Here in the top of the 7th, Atlee batting up by 1. The 2-1. Fisted foul back toward the Atlee dugout. And we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should Friel get aboard, April Hooper, who had the huge 2 RBI double to extend the lead to 7-4, get it back to 3 runs on deck. Timeout called. And Henley's going to ask for another ball, and we've got to find a few. It's a tough night to be a softball in a game where we've had 13 combined runs. 2 pitchers with good stuff. Mud, humidity. Softballs will be glad to be put away for the evening. Missed that one. In the dirt. 3-2. 2 out. Nobody on. Lee Davis wants to keep it a 1-run game heading to the bottom of the 7th. 3-2. Foul. Back to the screen. Friel stays alive. Head coach Tom McIntyre just as cool as a cucumber over there in the third base coaching box. Flashes a couple of numbers, and he's got his World Series of Poker face on right now. His stomach's probably churning at Alka-Seltzer level 5, but you'll never know it by the way he looks. 3-2 pitch again. Foul out of play down the right field line, and we'll do it one more time. Of course, Tom's daughter, longtime starting pitcher here at Lee Davis, Lauren McIntyre, as a freshman in 2012, all the way to graduating in 2015. Then after that season, he took over at Atlee for the retiring John Early. Time called. Friel steps out of the box. And another 3-2 showdown between Friel and Henley about to begin. With 2 down here in the 7th. Here we go. The pitch. Inside for ball 4. Friel wins the battle. And there's a runner with 2 out for April Hooper. We're going to get the courtesy runner for the catcher, and I believe that might be Maxson again, 13, and it is.
Now batting, April Hooper.
So Kayla Maxson is your courtesy runner for the catcher, Emily Friel. It brings up Hooper, who had the 2 RBI double her last time up. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Henley continues to want that pitch. She's not gotten it all night, and it's not going to change. There's been looks of frustration on both pitchers tonight. The 1-0. Got that corner. 1-1. Henley works. Foul back to the screen, and Hooper now down 1-2 with 2 out, and Maxson, the runner, for Friel, who walked with 2 away here in the 7th. Raiders trying to cobble together an insurance run. Only up 7-6. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Henley gets the strikeout. They leave 1 on base. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. It will be McLaughlin, and then the top of the order, Taylor Wagner. They need 1 to tie. They need 2 for the season sweep in the regular season of the Atlee Raiders. Atlee 7, Lee Davis 6. And I did not go back in the records today. I should have taken some time and done it this afternoon. The last time Lee Davis beat Atlee on this field, it was either 2013 or 2014. But it's been that long ago, which means the seniors on this Atlee team have never lost on this field before in the regular season to their arch rival. And they're not interested in losing tonight. But Lee Davis is going to look to try to get the walk-off again. Remember, they had the lead on PH, and then PH tied it, and Bearford got the walk-off to win it. They didn't come from behind that night. Patrick Henry did, and then Lee Davis wrapped it up 4-3. McLaughlin, last-minute instructions from Davis, and here we go, bottom 7 fans.
For Lee Davis, Madison, McLaughlin.
Doesn't get much better than this. Glad you're with us on the game of the week. Davis is ready. The first pitch. Showing bunt and just foul out of the batter's box for strike 1. Good thought. Atlee thought it might happen. Bernardini at third. Hammock at first came flying in. And the count is 0-1. McLaughlin, the number 9 hitter in the order. Davis ready. 0-1 misses the corner. We're even at 1-1. Mills Godwin extends that baseball lead on Glen Allen to 6-0 in the 6th inning, per our friends at Watch Sports Wire. 1-1 pitch, showing bunt, foul. Good thought there, just couldn't execute, and now it's 1-2 on McLaughlin. And man, the difference in this half inning between getting the leadoff hitter on and not is absolutely huge. But it is a one-run game, and as we've seen tonight, Lee Davis has had power on 3 occasions. They're a swing away from tying it at some point. Next pitch, foul, back to the screen. McLaughlin stays alive at 1-2, and one of the ladies who's hit a homer tonight, Lauren Taylor, is on deck. But now's the time as coaches, you got to look at them and go, don't swing for the fences. Put it in play and get the rally going. And if it happens to happen, then hey, glory. That'll be great. Next pitch in the dirt, 2-2 to McLaughlin. And she's fighting back. This rivalry never disappoints, fans. Absolutely never. The 2-2, foul. Back behind us, onto the soccer field, 2-2, one more time for McLaughlin. Taylor on deck, leadoff hitter, bottom 7, Lee Davis down, 7-6. 2-2 pitch, high, and we're full at 3-2. And the Lee Davis dugout erupts at the at-bat. McLaughlin it's been a great at-bat. 2 good bunt attempts, one that just went foul. Now she fights back from 1-2 to 3-2. The pitch, missed it, ball 4. Davis slumps down in disappointment. The tying run is at first, and the winning run comes to the plate. It's Lauren Taylor.
Now batting, Lauren Taylor.
Taylor is ready. The first pitch. High for ball 1. Friel almost fired it to first. McLaughlin back safely. Hammock's had a couple of issues trying to catch the ball from Friel tonight. I'm not sure I'd pull that trigger right now. That sails down the right field line, and all of a sudden the tying runs at third. Next pitch outside, 2-0. And now Davis has got to get it back together. I think Davis a little intimidated by Taylor's home run earlier tonight. Doesn't want to serve her up anything because one pitch could be over. 7-6. Taylor represents the winning run. 2-0. The corner for strike 1. Davis now behind just 2-1. With McLaughlin, the runner at first base, here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-1 pitch. Line down into left center field, diving for it, air, can't get it. She grabs it, throws it in. It'll be third for McLaughlin and a double for Taylor. And the winning run is at second base with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, Haley Wagner.
And now Haley Wagner to the plate. And I believe Coach McIntyre is he going to come out and have a discussion? I would think this would be a good time to want to calm things down a little bit. Coach is talking to the umpire. We'll see if we're getting some changes going on here. Davis talking to Wagner and her runners at second and third. Tough update from Salem fans. They've gone to the 6th inning. Lynchburg 4. Randolph-Macon nothing. Lynchburg, one of only 3 teams to beat the Yellow Jackets this year. They split a doubleheader at the end of March. And if Macon loses, they have a date in an elimination game with Virginia Wesleyan at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That was not even thought of as a possibility going into the tournament today down in Salem, Virginia. We'll keep an eye on that, but right now our eye is here. They are going to walk intentionally Wagner.
Sydney, yes.
And now Sydney Guess will come up with the bases loaded and nobody out. And that's strictly a strategic move. That's not disrespecting Sydney Guess. Everybody knows what she can do at the plate. That is simply you want to get the ability to get the force at home and then maybe the double play to end it. Here we go. First pitch to Sydney. Popped it up. Foul territory. Friel trying to get it, and it hits the fence. Strike one. Oh, it was close. That would have been a huge first out, and Emily Friel did everything she could except climb the fence to get to it. 0-1 the count on Guess. The infield is in. If it gets into the outfield, the game could be over. 0-1 to Guess. High, ball one. Intentionally walking Wagner gets you a chance for the force at home, but you can't walk the next batter. We're tied if you do. Nowhere to put Guess. Davis gets the pitch. Looks at the wrist. And now the 1-1 to Guess. Tip foul back to the screen, and Davis is ahead of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This game will do wonders for both of these teams, no matter the result, when it comes to the pressure of the postseason. This is a new Atlee team, fans. Pitch. Popped it up, foul, and out of play. We'll stay at 1-2. You know, the majority of the starters in this lineup right now on the field were not starters last year. So this is a pressure on the field. They've experienced it in the dugout, but they haven't experienced it on the field. And so especially for McIntyre's Raiders, this is needed. This atmosphere is needed, so you're ready for what happens late May. And if you're lucky, early June. A lot of these Lee Davis ladies remember both the high and the low. We go 1-2 again. Line to second. Got it. Bernardini to home. The force. Throw to first. Not in time. Run to the plate. In. Taylor takes advantage of the throw to first, and she scores the tying run. Advancing to third, the winning run in Wagner. We have 1 out, and it is 7-7. They tried to get the double play at first. Guess got there in time. So the fielder's choice to second, the safe play there would have been out at home, keep the ball.
Now batting, Logan Hawker.
And now Hawker to the plate in a 7-7 tie, and they're gonna walk her.
Now batting, Jesse Gentry.
What a heads-up play by Lauren Taylor to score. Gentry to the plate. The bases are loaded again. And after Hawker hit 2 out of the park tonight, there's no way you're going to pitch to her. First pitch to Gentry, popped up, foul, and out of play. And the count's 0-1. It's real simple here. If you're able to beat it down in the infield, throw it home, get the second out, and then deal with the next batter. Things unraveled a bit when Friel tried to get the double play. Taylor took advantage of it and flew home for the tying run. More importantly, Wagner flew to third. She represents the winning run. Quick timeout called. Now everybody gets back into position. The count is 0-1 on Jesse Gentry. Bases loaded in the 7th. Pop up. Shortstop Durbin calling for it. She's got it for the second out of the inning. Huge second out. And big play by Durbin at short, the veteran.
Now batting, Katie Bareford.
Well, what do you know? Katie Bareford in a tie game 2 weeks ago tonight had the walk-off to beat Patrick Henry 4-3. Will history repeat itself? Bareford up, bases loaded, 2 out in the 7th, and a 7-7 tie. Foul, back to the screen, strike 1. This game almost is screaming for extra innings. Lee Davis is not interested. They want to finish it right now. 7s across the scoreboard here in the 7th. The 0-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. Bareford down to the count, 0-2. Davis and the Raiders trying to get out of this alive and extend the game to the 8th. Davis is ready. The pitch, high, ball 1. And nowhere to put this runner with the bases jammed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis is ready. The pitch, foul back to the screen, and we'll go again at 1-2. First and third playing up. Second and short at regular depth. Any ball into the outfield, the game is over. The 1-2 pitch. Line towards shortstop. Got it. Throw to third. Got her. The force at third. What a play by Jordan Durbin. And we will go extra innings. Atlee 7. Lee Davis 7. Oh, my. Unbelievable. The force at third base, Durbin with the presence of mind to understand after hitting the shot was a line shot to her, got it on 1 hop, and was able to remember, just throw it to third and let's get out of here. And that's senior leadership. Lee Davis leaves 3 on base. I told you this game screamed extra innings. We're going to get them. Atlee 7, Lee Davis 7. We go to the 8th on the game of the week. Holy cow. So here we are just before 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, we're looking at 2 hours and counting. Whew, trying to get a video on Twitter, fans. That's why I'm silent for just a second. And Savannah Henley back in for inning number 8 of work for her tonight. Rachel Davis will do the same shortly. And here we go. Are you glad you're with us tonight, fans? I'm glad you are.
Now batting for the Raiders, Sydney Kuster.
So it'll be the left fielder, Sydney Kuster, to start things off here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Kuster, Hammock, Lavender, bottom of the order for the Atlee Raiders. That pitch misses a bit high, and the count is 2-0. Strike 1 called, 2-1 now. On the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 8th. Line down the first base line, but foul. And Kuster is now even in the count at 1-2. Jordan Durbin with a phenomenal mental play at shortstop. So many times in that situation, bases loaded, and you're so worried about just catching the ball if it comes your way, and then you got to remember to have the presence of mind to know where to go with it. And she did. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Kuster is retired, and there's one out here in the top of the 8th inning. That'll bring up Kara Hammock, the first baseman.
Now batting, Kara Hammock.
One out, nobody on in the 8th. Henley getting set to face the number 8 hitter in the Atlee order. 7-7 in the 8th inning. I'm glad I don't have to get up early tomorrow. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Sorry, Lee. I said that. He rolled his eyes at me. He's got an early day tomorrow. Oh, man. Count is 0-1. One out, nobody on. The pitch gets away from Henley into the dirt. We're even at 1-1. This game's had just about everything. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a tap foul off the catcher's mask. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is now top of the 7th in Salem. Lynchburg 4, Randolph-Macon nothing. If somehow Lynchburg wins, Macon and Wesleyan play in the morning for the elimination game, that winner moves on but does not win the title. Both the Yellow Jackets and the Marlins will make the NCAA tournament. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Henley's got back-to-back Ks here in the 8th inning for Lee Davis. 2 down for Margaret Lavender, the number 9 hitter. What it may affect, however, is whether or not we have a regional hosted by either Virginia Wesleyan or Randolph-Macon. I would think based on their regular season and being 2 of the top 4 ranked teams in the country, if they applied to do it, they would certainly have the opportunity to do it. Yellow Jackets are going to be in the NCAA tournament no matter what happens in the tournament at ODAC, at the ODAC level. First pitch, strike 1 to Lavender on the outside corner, 0-1. It's a team like Lynchburg who needs to win the tournament to make the NCAA tournament. They may not make the tournament without the automatic bid. Next pitch, got the corner again, and Henley, this is the most confidence we've seen from Savannah in quite some time tonight. 2 strikeouts and a head, 0-2 here in the 8th. Trying to get her team back up where a run would walk it off. 0-2 pitch. Slap foul to the Atlee dugout. And the count remains 0-2 to Lavender. Should she get on, it's the top of the order for Kelly Ayer. That's exactly what Henley wishes to avoid here. 2 out in the 8th, 7-7 tie. Timeout called. They're in the bottom of the 9th in Charlotte, North Carolina. VCU 9, Davidson 8. Pitch high. And 1-2 now to Lavender. I think VCU had a nice lead early in that game. Davidson has fought back. In fact, they've scored 2 in the 9th so far, and there's 1 out. One-two pitch. Got the corner for strike 3. Henley fired up as she comes off, striking out the side here in the 8th inning. Taking advantage of having those 7, 8, 9 hitters come up in the rotation. And now we get ready for the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's going to be the bottom of the order for Lee Davis, and Carly Harding, who began the night at second, is going to re-enter for Sierra Talley, and she is going to lead off the bottom of the 8th. So Savannah Henley strikes out the side, top of the 8th inning. So Harding will come to the plate first here in the bottom of inning number 8.
Re-entering the ballgame and batting is number 1, Carly Harding.
Harding to the plate, Davis ready to work, 7-7 in the 8th. First pitch, line toward the shortstop. Durbin grabs it, throw low. Hammock digs it out, and Harding retired. And Durbin with another fine defensive effort. 1 out.
McKenna Melbrick.
And McKenna Melbrick to the plate. First pitch, check swing, hit the corner. Strike 1 to Melbrick. McLaughlin is on deck. She of the fantastic at-bat in the 7th that allowed Taylor to get the double, and the floodgates began. That one in the dirt, and we're at 1-1. Group of Lee Davis guys, they look like baseball players, are right next to the softball dugout and trying to give Atlee the business here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-1 pitch. High, 2 balls and 1 strike to Melbrick, and all Lee Davis wants is to get a runner aboard. That's all they want, get one aboard. The pitch, 3-1. It's inside. And whereas Henley was cool as a cucumber in the 8th and mowed down the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Davis got the first out on the first pitch ground out, struggling here. 3-1, swing and a miss, and now it's 3-2, and that'll get the confidence level boosted back for Rachel Davis. Full count, 3-2. Remember, Melbrick hit a grand slam to end the Godwin game on the game of the week 2.5 weeks ago. She has power. The 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. And the winning run is at first base for Madison McLaughlin.
Now batting, Madison McLaughlin.
7-7 in the 8th. There's a few hundred people here tonight. 2,000 will swear they were at this game. Bunt down the first base line. Friel to first. Bernardini covering for the out, but the sacrifice works to perfection. And the winning run is at second with 2 out for Lauren Taylor.
Now batting, Lauren Taylor.
Well, here we go. 3-run homer for the win last week against Hanover. Homer tonight, double tonight, and we're going to get an intentional walk.
Now batting, Haley Wagner.
They would rather face Haley Wagner. And I don't blame them. Only 1 run matters. The way Taylor has played tonight, it also introduces a forced play at third. That was big just a few minutes ago. The first pitch, fly ball, well hit center field. Ayer going back and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Oh, my. Lee Davis leads 2 in the 8th. We're going to the 9th. Live on the game of the week. And it is still number 10, Atlee 7, number 3, Lee Davis 7. One of the best chapters in the history of this long rivalry. We're back in a moment, live on the RVA Sports Network. Well, we're live and back a lot quicker than we think, as we had a technical snafu there, and now I can't. There we go. Well, when you put a black pen on a black computer, Rob, you're not going to see it. You know, that's what's going to happen. So 2 left on base. Ooh, Davidson just scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat VCU tonight, 10-9. Oh, that's a big loss there for the Rams. Still with a good season in the Atlantic 10, fighting up top. But that one's a tough one to let get away. Up 3 on the road in the bottom of the 9th. You got to get that one done. Speaking of on the road, they're now bottom 7 in Salem. And it looks like, find out, it's over. Lynchburg has defeated Randolph-Macon. 4-0, the final score. And then the improbable is going to happen tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. So international rules now apply here in the 9th inning.
Now batting for the Raiders, Kelly Ayer.
And Kelly Ayer will lead off the top of the 9th inning with a courtesy runner at second. That should be, let's see. All right, so Victoria Bernardini, the third baseman, is going to run instead of Lavender, taking out the designated player. Next pitch, going for the bunt, popped up, and Hawker can't get to it, and the count is 0-2. Oh and 2 to Ayer. The runner at second misses outside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Ayer goes down. First out of the inning, 4th consecutive strikeout for Savannah Henley.
Now batting, Alyssa Bernardini.
So now Alyssa Bernardini, the second baseman on. She asks for time, and we'll see if she tries to lay down the bunt. No one in their wildest dreams would have thought Virginia Wesleyan and Randolph-Macon would play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in an elimination game, but that's exactly what's going to happen. One of the teams will not make it to Sunday in Salem. And it's possible that both won't. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1 to Bernardini. Alyssa at the plate, Victoria at second. International rules put a runner at second to start the inning at the 9th inning. Oh, 1, bunt to third. Handled by Wagner. Throw, Harding covering. She'll run in quickly to make sure Bernardini doesn't try to get sneaky at third. Sack bunt. Bernardini sends Bernardini to third. And now with 2 out, and Jordan Durbin, the batter.
Jordan Durbin.
The question is, are you going to pitch to Durbin or are you going to walk her?
Intentional walk.
They're going to walk her.
Now batting, Rachel Davis.
Jackie Davis believes that they can get Rachel Davis better than they can Jordan Durbin. Davis would like to prove her wrong. This creates a situation where a hard hit ball up the middle, you get a force at second, and you get out of the inning. But if it gets into the outfield, it's 8-7. And something gets into the gap, it could be 9-7. First pitch, foul, sharply out of play to our right. And the count 0-1 to Rachel Davis. So number 1, Virginia Wesleyan, and number 2, Randolph-Macon will play in an elimination game tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock at the ODAC tournament. Both teams will make the NCAA tournament, but the result of that game tomorrow will change how that works out big time. Next pitch in the dirt, and the count's 1-1. So huge softball weekend, obviously, here in the county. One game postponed tonight. Our game has been incredible. Macon now with their backs against the wall tomorrow at the ODACs. The 1-1. Missed the corner. 2-1 the count. And one of the few times tonight I wasn't sure about that call. 2-1 to Rachel Davis. Runners at first and third, now second and third. Misses the corner. 3-1. Durbin took the stolen base a moment ago. There was going to be no throw, obviously. So Durbin moves up, and now it's 3-1 on Davis. Friel on deck. 2 out. The 3-1. Foul down the first base line, and we're full at 3-2. 2 hours and 19 minutes and counting in this Game of the Week Classic, which, by the way, fans, is archived immediately following our broadcast at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. You can listen to this game anytime you want till the end of time. Let's do the 3-2 again, shall we? The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another big K for Savannah Henley. The Raiders leave 2 in scoring position. And Lee Davis comes up with another chance to walk it off. This time, bottom 9. Henley has 5 strikeouts so far in the extra innings. Struck out the side in the 8th, got 2 here in the 9th. In the 9th inning, we'll put Haley Wagner at second. And it's the heart of the order. I mean, if you're going to get it done, you expect Guess, Hawker, Gentry, somewhere in there, it can happen. So Davis is going to have to, I mean, she's got to be aggressive, but you can't serve one up over the middle. And there's such a fine line between that, especially the way the corners are being squeezed tonight, especially outside. Your margin for error is significantly shorter than it is some games of the season. And so here we go. Fans, so glad you're with us here tonight on this classic Game of the Week. Hope we can have one half as good Monday night. Glen Allen at Atlee Baseball at 6 o'clock here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe now at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network and never miss another Game of the Week.
Batting for Lee Davis, Sydney Guess.
So Haley Wagner to second to start the 9th. The home half, Sydney Guest to the plate. First pitch. Foul, out of play, strike one. A gapper does it. The 0-1. Try to bunt. Foul. Strike two. So the count now 0-2 on Guess with Wagner at second. She's the winning run. Leadoff hitter by international rule here in the ninth. 0-2 pitch. Popped it up. Calling for it, Bernardini. One out in the ninth. So Victoria Bernardini gets the pop out to third. Guess retired. Wagner stays at second. Hawker to the plate. And now
batting, Logan Hawker.
Do you let Hawker bat or do you walk her again? You walk her again. Because again, she doesn't matter.
Now batting, Jessie Gentry.
All that matters is the runner at second. One run, the game ends. And it's Jessie Gentry at the plate. First pitch. Lined into center field. It is a base hit. Gets behind air. And the game is over. The run scores. And it's Haley Wagner beginning the celebration. The comeback win. Jessie Gentry with the walk-off. Your final score. Lee Davis 8, Atlee 7 in an unbelievable classic.
Atlee Raiders 7, Lee Davis Confederates 8.
Oh my, what a night. What a night. What a night.
On a very well played ball game. And congratulate the coaching staff.
2 hours, 24 minutes.
On behalf of Trip Metzger, Director of Student
Unbelievable.
Davis, and all the administration staff from Atlee and Lee Davis, we want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting your high school softball programs.
Lee Davis was down 5-0, 7-4.
And please enjoy your weekend and see you back here on Tuesday for the Confederates matchup. Thank you again for coming out, and please drive home carefully. Good night.
You think about where they were in this game tonight. Down 3-0 before they got settled in the first. Down 5-0 after 2.5. They rally. Atlee responds with 2 to make it 7-4. Then it's 7-6. Lee Davis ties it with Lauren Taylor's very mentally aware, tough play. We go to extras. Lee Davis leaves runners on base. Atlee leaves runners on base. And Jessie Gentry, who had a couple of struggles at the plate tonight, comes up big in the end. And a tip of the cap to both the winning pitcher, Savannah Henley, and the losing pitcher, Rachel Davis, who absolutely, they both pitched their hearts out here tonight. An unbelievable game in this latest chapter, and I know this one feels really good for Lee Davis Nation. After watching Atlee celebrate the championship last year, losing 1-0 in the final, after falling to Atlee in the state semis the year before. Not only do they get the win at Atlee, now they come back and they get the win here at home, finally breaking that jinx. 8-7-9. And so Lee Davis to 8-1. They've got 5 games next week. Atlee falls to 6-5. And with that record and 9 games to go, the Raiders have to be a bit concerned about ranking, not top 10 things, but regional rankings, how they're going to be, unless they can run off a 9-game winning streak. 8 or 9 or 10 game winning streak, finish like 15-5, 14-6 around that area, because you want to be one of the top, say, 3 seeds in the tournament. Top 4 seeds will get a host a quarterfinal game, but there's still Glen Allen to deal with, Mills Godwin to deal with, others to deal with. And right now for Atlee, there's no guarantee that they'll be in the top 4. Top 8 out of the 15 in Region 5B make the postseason. So now it's a matter of just learning from this game, knowing that you were in it, having the opportunities, just missing out. You get the confidence back, you get some wins on the schedule, and you get yourself in that top 4. So that when all is said and done, you can start the playoffs at home. And then after that, you know, you get a win in the first round, and then you worry about the regional semifinals once you get through the quarterfinal. But it's a lot easier to get through that quarterfinal if you can do it on your home field. So Atlee has some work to do now at 6-5. Lee Davis, on the other hand, at 8-1. Now they got a rugged stretch next week. Tough trip Monday to North Stafford, a game they almost got in but didn't. Now they got to go about and do it again. They've got home games winnable against Varina and J.R. Tucker Tuesday, Thursday. Glen Allen on the road is going to be tough Wednesday. And then after playing 4 days in a row, they're going to have to go to Patrick Henry next Friday in a game that the Patriots are going to want really, 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 really bad. Just got the video of the winning hit from Jesse Gentry up on Twitter at Hanover Sports. Make sure you go take a look at that. What a night. What a game. Atlee up at one time 5-0. Lee Davis fights back. And by the time it's all said and done, Lee Davis wins in 9-8-7, the final. Thank you so much for being with us here on the RVA Sports Network High School Softball Game of the Week. Big thanks to Trip Metzger, Lee Dotson, and everybody here at Lee Davis for always the great hospitality. Our Game of the Week, an exclusive presentation of the RVA Sports Network, solely intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of tonight's game without the express written consent of HCS Media, LLC, is strictly prohibited. Next Game of the Week is quick. It's Monday night, 6 o'clock. Glen Allen at Atlee Baseball, 6 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel. Never miss another Game of the Week. Subscribe now at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Again, video of the winning hit from Jesse Gentry on Twitter now at Hanover Sports. It's been a classic. It's been a pleasure to bring it to you. Rob Witham saying good night from Lee Davis High School.